BTS News Today. Behind the dazzling lights of stadium concerts, chart-topping releases, and meticulously planned public appearances, there exists a quieter world where Jungkook lives, grows, and reflects as both an artist and a human being. Known globally as BTS's Golden Magne, Jungkook has spent most of his life under constant public attention. Yet, beyond the official schedules released by his agency and the moments carefully shared with fans, there is another side of Jungkook's daily life that rarely makes headlines. This unseen space, filled with small routines, personal passions, and private struggles, is where Jungkook continues to shape himself away from the cameras. In the highly structured world of K-pop, public schedules are designed to present perfection. Every performance, interview, and appearance is timed, rehearsed, and coordinated down to the smallest detail. For Jungkook, whose talent spans singing, dancing, composing, and producing, these schedules often highlight only the polished results of countless hours of unseen effort. What fans rarely witness is how much of his artistic growth happens in moments when there is no audience, no staff, and no obligation to perform. One of the most talked about aspects of Jungkook's private activities is his dedication to music practice outside of official work hours. Multiple insiders and fellow members have casually mentioned over the years that Jungkook often stays behind in the studio long after scheduled sessions end. Music, for him, is not simply a job but a personal language. Late at night, when the building is quiet, Jungkook is known to experiment with melodies, rewrite lyrics, and record guide vocals purely for self-improvement. These sessions are rarely intended for release. Instead, they function as a space where he can explore emotions without pressure, allowing mistakes and imperfections to exist freely. Beyond music, Jungkook's physical training also continues away from the public eye. While fans are familiar with his athletic build and powerful stage presence, few realize how disciplined his personal fitness routines are. When not preparing for a comeback, Jungkook reportedly uses exercise as a form of stress relief. Boxing, weight training, and cardio sessions become a way for him to release accumulated tension from years of public scrutiny. Unlike idle workouts designed for aesthetics, these private training moments are focused on endurance, mental clarity, and emotional balance. Another side of Jungkook that remains largely hidden is his relationship with solitude. Despite being part of one of the biggest groups in the world, Jungkook is known to value time alone. During breaks between schedules, he often chooses quiet environments where he can think without interruption. This solitude is not rooted in loneliness, but in self-reflection. Having entered the entertainment industry at such a young age, Jungkook has openly spoken in the past about moments when he felt unsure of his identity beyond being BTS's youngest member. Time away from the spotlight allows him to reconnect with himself, rediscovering personal interests that are not defined by fan expectations. Art, in various forms, plays an important role in Jungkook's private life. Photography, painting, and video editing are hobbies he frequently explores without announcement. Some of these creative expressions occasionally surface through casual social media posts or behind-the-scenes footage, but the majority remain personal. For Jungkook, creating art without an audience offers freedom. It is a reminder that creativity does not always need validation to be meaningful. Friendships also take on a different tone outside of public schedules. While Jungkook's bond with BTS members is well documented, he maintains a small circle of trusted friends with whom he can interact without the weight of celebrity. These relationships are built on normalcy rather than fame, allowing Jungkook to experience moments that feel ordinary. Simple activities like sharing meals, listening to music together, or talking about life become grounding experiences that help him stay connected to reality beyond the idle image. Mental health is another deeply personal aspect of Jungkook's unseen life. Although he rarely speaks in detail about his inner struggles, subtle hints have appeared in interviews and lyrics over the years. The pressure of maintaining perfection, meeting global expectations, and representing not just himself, but an entire generation of fans can be overwhelming. Away from public schedules, Jungkook reportedly engages in practices that help him cope, such as journaling, meditation, and spending time with animals. These quiet habits may seem small, but they play a crucial role in sustaining his long-term well-being. Fans have also speculated about Jungkook's activities during extended periods of silence. In a culture where constant updates are expected, absence often sparks rumors. However, those close to Jungkook have consistently emphasized that these periods are usually spent resting and recharging. Rather than disappearing, Jungkook retreats into a slower rhythm of life, allowing his mind and body to recover. This intentional rest is essential for an artist whose career demands relentless output. It is important to recognize that Jungkook's private life is not a hidden mystery waiting to be uncovered, but a boundary he has carefully built to protect himself. In recent years, BTS as a group has become more vocal about the importance of personal space and self-care. Jungkook's unseen activities reflect this shift, showing a mature understanding that longevity in the industry requires balance. What makes Jungkook's life beyond public schedules so compelling is not scandal or secrecy, but humanity. Stripped of stage lights and expectations, he is a young man continuously learning, questioning, and growing. He practices not because he must, but because he wants to be better. He rests not because he is weak, but because he understands his limits. He creates not for applause, but for personal fulfillment. As fans, glimpsing this quieter side of Jungkook offers a deeper appreciation of his artistry. Every powerful performance and emotional song carries the weight of countless unseen moments. The discipline, vulnerability, and sincerity cultivated away from the public eye are what ultimately shape the Jungkook the world admires. In the end, Jungkook's activities beyond the public schedule remind us that even global superstars need space to simply exist. By honoring that space, fans not only respect him as an artist, but also as a human being. And perhaps, it is within these unseen moments that Jungkook finds the strength to return to the stage time and time again, not just as BTS's golden magne, but as an individual who continues to evolve beyond expectations. That evolution becomes even more evident when looking at how Jungkook approaches growth during periods when no cameras are rolling. Away from the structured timelines of promotions and tours, he reportedly allows himself to revisit his roots, both musically and emotionally. Jungkook has often mentioned that listening to older songs, including those he grew up with before debut, helps him reconnect with the original reasons he wanted to become a singer. In these private moments, music is no longer about charts or global impact, but about emotion, memory, and honesty. It is during such times that he refines not just his voice, but his sense of purpose. That Jungkook's relationship with learning also extends beyond music. Outside of public schedules, he is known to spend time watching documentaries, studying performances by other artists, and even exploring topics unrelated to entertainment. This quiet curiosity reflects a desire to expand his worldview beyond the idol framework. For someone who entered the industry as a teenager, these moments of independent learning are crucial. They allow Jungkook to mature intellectually and emotionally, helping him develop perspectives that later influence his songwriting and artistic decisions. Another often overlooked aspect of Jungkook's unseen life is his relationship with silence. In an industry driven by constant noise, cheers, criticism, expectations, silence becomes a rare luxury. Jungkook reportedly values early mornings or late nights when the world feels still. These moments offer him clarity, a chance to process emotions that might otherwise be buried beneath busy schedules. Silence, for him, is not emptiness, but a space for healing. Family also plays a subtle yet significant role during these off-schedule periods. While Jungkook rarely speaks publicly about his family life, it is widely understood that they remain a grounding force. Private calls, brief visits, or even simple messages exchanged away from public view help him stay emotionally anchored. These connections remind him that before he was a global star, he was simply a son and a brother, roles that require no performance at all. Creativity often flourishes most intensely when there are no deadlines, and Jungkook's private songwriting reflects this truth. Some of his most emotionally raw ideas are believed to originate from moments when he writes without any intention of sharing. These drafts, sometimes unfinished and deeply personal, serve as emotional outlets rather than commercial products. Even if they never see the light of day, they contribute to the depth and authenticity that fans later feel in his released work. There is also a quieter form of responsibility Jungkook carries outside of public view: the responsibility to himself. After years of prioritizing group success and fan expectations, Jungkook's unseen routines increasingly reflect self-respect. Choosing rest over overwork, privacy over constant exposure, and personal growth over immediate output signals a shift towards sustainability. This change does not diminish his passion. Instead, it strengthens it. The fascination surrounding Jungkook's life beyond public schedules often says more about society than about Jungkook himself. In an age where visibility is equated with relevance, choosing to step back can be misunderstood. Yet Jungkook's continued success proves that absence does not equal decline. On the contrary, these unseen periods often precede some of his strongest artistic returns. What ultimately emerges from this deeper look is a portrait of balance slowly being learned. Jungkook is neither disappearing nor withdrawing from his fans. He is simply allowing himself the space to breathe, reflect, and evolve. The man who steps back onto the stage after these quiet intervals does so with renewed clarity, carrying the weight of experiences that audiences may never fully see but can deeply feel that in this way. Jungkook's activities outside the public schedule become an essential part of his story. They are not gaps to be filled with speculation, but chapters of growth written in private. And perhaps that is the most powerful reminder of all, that true artistry is not built only under bright lights, but also in the quiet moments when no one is watching.
'Cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me